Human potential innovatization analysis, the system of crisis management determinants context. This paper, the authors focused on building and testing a methodological approach to analyzing differences in the levels of innovatization of the country's human potential. Based on this, the authors aim to prove that high levels of human potential innovatization prevent the crisis of the country's economy. So first, authors investigated dynamics of the array of publications volume in 2013-2021 by query human and potential and crisis English-speaking to Scopus and by query human and crisis Ukrainian speaking to Google Scholar. So methods: content analysis, dynamics modeling, integrated evaluation, cluster analysis, and regression analysis. Human potential innovatization should be understood as the process of its components' transformation into those that can provide production, accumulation, translation, multiplication of innovations. To assess the country's human potential level of innovation in the context of crisis management, we have built a methodological approach. The first stage involves an integrated assessment of the human potential innovation state in the form of an index. This index is based on the values of the system of indicators that form three subsystems: education, knowledge, and research. Education components are education and higher education. Knowledge components are results of knowledge and technologies, intangible assets, field of knowledge workers, absorption of knowledge. Research components are cooperation between the university and the field of research and development, information and communication technologies, research and development. And the choice of components is determined by the availability of statistical information for 2018-2020, which was developed in the course of this study on example of 26 countries. And normalized values of the system of indicators for the research set of countries in 2020 is given on the next table. So we can see 9 components and 26 countries. Also, integral assessments of indicators, subsystems, and values of index in 2018-2020 is given by all these components. Also, the integral component assessment of the researched index is given by visualized by education, knowledge, and research, and correlation coefficients between subsystems of IIHP indicators are given on this table. IIHP visualization for 3 years is given in 2 and 3 dimensional view, and also verification of IIHP distribution for normality according to the Shapiro-Wilk test for 3 years is given here. And also authors made clustering countries by IIHP index and its rate of change, as we can see, by high, average, and low level. And analysis of distribution of countries by index and P, and to substantiate the conclusion that countries with high level of index tend to further increase it, the method of 4-cell contingency tables analysis was used. Previously, an additional indicator P was introduced which takes 1 in 2020 compared to 18 and 18, the rate of index change took a positive value, otherwise p equals 0. And models of GDP per capita dependence from index for 3 years is given here. And what about conclusions? The human potential issue is gaining popularity in the research of the scientific field crisis management representatives. Despite the difference in approaches of scientists to the component structure of human potential, in this structure we can identify components that can promote innovative development, education, knowledge, and research. There is a direct and tight connection between the integral assessment of these components, the generalized values of these components at the country level in the form of the Human Resource Innovatization Index, are inversely correlated with the crisis in the economy. Countries with a high level of human potential innovatization are not only much more likely to increase the value of GDP per capita in US dollars in terms of purchasing power parity, but are also more likely to show a chance to further increase innovative human aspects. Thank you for your attention.